And did Hogan, by the way, I get this question from fans a lot. That time you met him at the last autograph session you did in New York in 2013, I believe. I guess you hadn't spoken to him since probably the late 80s at that time, but was there ever any further contact after that? Fans ask me that all the time. Did he ever?
Oh, not really. Even though we exchanged email addresses, he really hasn't emailed me or phone call or anything. So that was just a very congenial meeting, shaking hands and everything at that time. But we never, there's never really been any desire on or any reason to reach out to each other and just even to say hello. I mean,
Did you ever consider suing him for gimmick infringement? I think you would have had a great case there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And actually, he actually told me at that very meeting where the photo, that famous, my favorite photo of all of you pointing to Hogan and telling him your arms are going to be bigger than his. Of course, my favorite picture of that meeting is you pointing at Hogan. But please post that picture with this interview of you.
Yeah, I'll post it for the part where we're talking about this.
Yeah, just put that still up of you pointing at the Hulk and challenging him to an arm wrestling contest, and and blatantly telling him. I remember you telling the Hulk that you will rip his arm out of his shoulder.
The fact is that he stole a lot of elements of your gimmick, which you were all right with. You took it as flattery, but he didn't always give you the respect you deserved for everything he took from you.
Well, it was, and that's also putting, to be honest, that would be putting him in a rather awkward position to, explain that he, or confess that he, as he put it, stole all my stuff. And the first person to wear a boa.
Oh yeah, and both Jesse Ventura and Hulk Hogan ended up taking
and
it.
Hulk and Jesse took the boa from me. I was the one that came up with the boa, and this is how I did it on the day of the Madison Square Garden of the matches. I went out. I thought, what am I going to wear besides what I know I was going to wear? All black with a sequin rose tank top in the middle of the tank top. All black. I said, I need a boa, an actual boa. I went to Macy's, the famous Macy's department store in New York in '77 and paid $250 for a real boa right off a mannequin. A black boa.
Some of the terms that he was inspired by, such as brother, pythons, for instance.
Yeah, these were classic terms. The python.
A lot of people don't give you credit. You were the first wrestler to ever be called the superstar. You took the name. Now they're all called superstars.
Yes, even the girls are superstars.
Yeah, which is incredible.
The girls are superstars. But he was smart, though, using the python, because I said I had 22-inch pythons, and when he took it, he went to 24. I have 24-inch pythons, so he upped me by 2 inches on the pythons.
What was he like when you first met him? Anyways, was he? What was the difference between because he was one of the people. You were one of the people that he came to for advice on getting into the industry, right? So what was the difference between him in those days and then in later years when you guys were, I guess, in WWE together and he was giving you the Real American Award and that time? What would have been the differences in his personality?
Oh, in the beginning, in the very, very beginning, when he was trying to break in, he was uh, very polite, but he was obsessed with becoming a wrestler. Obsessed with it. He said, "I have to become a wrestler. I have to. How do I get in?" He told me, asked me, "How do I get in?" He said, um, Matsuda and Eddie Graham, and they won't let me in. They won't give me a tryout, you know. And so I just told him to keep trying. You'll get it. But he did ask me in Atlanta for advice. He had two places to go to, Minneapolis, or it might have been the Alabama thing. And I said, please go to Minneapolis. This is the big stage other than New York. And, of course, we know that he eventually did with Vince.
Yeah. And the other guy
Minneapolis.
that patterned himself after you, of course, Ric Flair took